Well, this hunt started out good, got even better, and ended up perfect. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, this week's episode features a brand new permission that I got at a nice old house that was built in 1920. Now, it does not have a huge yard by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of fact, it's a pretty small yard. But sometimes those small yards have the most to find. And unfortunately for me, that small yard was getting even smaller because the owner had just scraped 3/4 of his yard and had a landscaper there getting ready to reseed the place. So it was late in the day, it was hot as heck, and I was in a race with the landscaper to cover as much ground before he finished up. Well, every once in a while, we just have one of those perfect days when we're out there metal detecting. When I go out metal detecting, I always want to find a nice variety of finds. I want to find some old coins, some cool relics, maybe an old toy, or even a piece of jewelry or two. And in this hunt, I did all of that. Not only did I do all of that, but the finds that I was finding were cream of the crop types. And that ended up making this day really a day of detection perfection. Well, this is a brand new permission. It's a 1920s Craftsman style. And I knew he was going to remove a whole bunch of trees that were here, but I did not know he was going to scrape his yard. The whole backyard scraped too. And he said his sister was out there walking around and pulled a buffalo right off the top of the ground. So really looking forward to it. That's the rest of the yard over here. And I put my coil down, got a 22, and got an old weedy right off the bat. So that's a good thing. And it's just too caked for me to tell what year it is, so I'll have to clean it up when I get home. But that's a good start. Well, here's something I don't find very often in Tennessee, a sales tax token. And this one's going to be from Mississippi. So pretty cool. These date back in the 30s. And I'll get it cleaned up, straightened out a little bit, get you a better look at it. But that was just an inch down where they scraped. Well, I got a 23 signal, and I tell you what, it appears to be an old weedy, but look at the coating. Something in this soil really puts a coating on these coins, so I can't even make heads or tails of it until I get it home. Well, just hunting in this area back here where it's been scraped, and oh my gosh, I was just looking over to the side, and look what I found. It's broken, but it's an old marble. That's funny. I was getting ready to film my one find and found another. Anyway, this was giving me a 12. It was just about an inch down. I don't know what is in this soil, but it is like the toughest coating I've ever seen on things. But I did get a buffalo. I can make that out on it. I'm gonna have to work on these when I get home, cleaning them up, but hey, that's pretty cool. Well, I think I got something pretty darn cool in this hole. It's giving me a 16-17, and I dug this up, and I'm like, man, that looks like it's something, because I could see just a little bit of a decorated edge right there. And once I started working on it, I think what I have is an old elongated penny, and that is pretty cool. I definitely see something on it, but it's going to take more work at home. But you'll get to see a picture of it in just a couple seconds. Wow, I gotta say, that souvenir elongated penny turned out to be a really rare one from the 1933 Chicago World's Fair. And as a lot of you know that watch my channel, I love finding things from that fair because my grandfather attended that fair in 1933 and he brought back a bunch of neat stuff that he handed down to me that I still have in my collection. And I love adding things that I found metal detecting to his collection in honor of him. And I have to say, this piece, it just looks perfect sitting with the rest of the items in my grandfather's old box. Well, as you can see, I'm in a, I wouldn't even call it a race because I'm going to lose it. But you can see the landscape guy, he's already seeding and putting hay down on the scrape portion of the yard here. But he was kind enough to let me poke around as long as I possibly could, and it's paying off. Got a nice high tone right here. It's a 26, and looks like I got a face cream jar. It's gonna be a nice one too. It's got quite a bit of writing on the bottom, and it still has a lid on it, which is really cool. So I definitely like that. I'm trying to see. It's a little hard to make out the maker. It says made in USA, New York. So I'll get that cleaned up a little later, but that's really nice, very nice. Probably going to be 30s or 40s. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm finding a lot of signals here. The bad thing is I'm not going to be able to cover it all in time, but the good thing is I'll be able to hunt it later once the grass takes root, and into the cold weather I'll be able to come back here and really cover this, and I'm really going to be looking forward to that because I'm digging a lot of cool things. And this one was giving me a 19, and you may recognize that. That's a valve stem retainer nut for a Model T era car. So another nice old find. Now this one was giving me a 15, and recognize this one right away. Now this is an old fastener. There would have been a male portion that this fastened on the top of, and a little ball would have come through the hole there and snapped down. So now these were used on a lot of things, but they were especially used on Model T Roadsters, Roadster cars, Roadster pickups for the convertible top and the boots. So very cool, another early piece, and yeah, so looks like this is going to be a pretty nice permission. Well, I'll tell you, when it rains it pours. Got a 19 and another Model T valve stem retaining nut. I'd had a bit of a hiatus from finding these for a while. I guess I'm getting right back on track with these again. Well, I don't think this one needs any introduction either. Yep, that makes number 3. Someone must have been working on a Model T in the backyard here. Well, I'm just working this little side yard here. Second hole I got, give me a 25-26, and I dug down and look what I popped up. And y'all know how much I love finding old toy cars, but this is going to be 49 or 50 era old station wagon. So that is awesome. A little bit of damage on this side. Might be able to straighten it up, but just gives it character. So very cool. I think it's a pretty old Tootsie toy. I'll get it cleaned up, see if it's got anything stamped on it, but that is a really cool find. Well, I covered as much ground as I possibly could before the landscaper finished up and the heat finally got to me. Now, I was definitely encouraged by what I was finding, and I was really looking forward to returning early the next morning to hunt the 1/4 of the yard that hadn't been scraped. Well, when I got there, it quickly got really hot. The ground was hard as a rock, but I couldn't have been happier. Next target was giving me a 22, big target, and dug down and got a nice old brass hose nozzle. Definitely has some age to it, so hard to tell exactly how old this one is, but could be 40s or 50s. Well, pretty cool. I got a old iron bit from a horse tack, and that's pretty cool. The house was built in 1920, but it was right next to a school that was built in 1898. So this area definitely saw a lot of horse travel back in the early days, and this appears to be a piece of that. Very cool. Well, just doing the first row along this front sidewalk up to the house, and I got a nice surprise. I really didn't get many signals on this row, but then I got a really nice 12, and I dug down, and it's got that really stubborn coating on it, but I managed to get enough off to be able to see that I have a 1901 V-nickel. Isn't that amazing? Well, that is very cool. I was not expecting that. Let me see if I can get you a better look at this. But hopefully I can get it cleaned off a little better. And I'm definitely happy with that. Definitely a lot earlier coin than I was expecting here. I got something good in the hole here. I'll tell you, I was getting a 2930 signal. Wasn't very deep. I was like, oh man, maybe it won't be a clad this time. And I want to show it to you. I haven't even pulled it out, but look at that. Right there in the plug. Silver quarter. So I've got the spray bottle with me. I'm going to go ahead and pull this. Oh my gosh. It's a standing Liberty quarter. Oh, Lord, look at that. Look at that. Wow. I tell you, this year's been pretty good for standing Liberty quarters. I think I've gotten 4. This might be my, I think this is the 5th. But let me spray this down. Haven't got one with the date yet. Oh, it has, no. That's a bummer. No date on this one, but I will not complain. Look at that. What a beauty. Let's go ahead and turn it over. It's got stars, so under the eagle, I'll tell you, one of the most beautiful coins the U.S. ever made. How awesome is that? Well, I can definitely say that this yard has not been haunted. Is that not a beauty? I'll tell you what, coins like this make my day. Just a very difficult coin to find. So happy with this one. Well, this is a pretty cool hole right here. Just getting a banging 23-24 signal. Dug down and I pulled out a memorial and I thought, no big deal. Checked the hole, it went off again. This time I pulled out a weedy and checked the hole again. Still more in there. 2 more weedies. And then I got another memorial. So the memorials are 63, 61. 2 of the weedies are 44 and 55. The other one I'm not sure. It's got that lovely coating on it. So But hey, that's pretty neat. I always like these because it's kind of the transition between memorials and wheats when people were carrying both in their pockets. So pretty neat little hole right there. Well, working the other side of the walkway up to the house, and let me turn this off. I was getting a 12 signal pretty far down. I'd say about 5 inches. I haven't pulled it out. Just wanted to show it to you. It's right there, and hoping for an old nickel. We'll see. I think I got lucky again. Wow. It's another V nickel. That is awesome. Wow, a buffalo and 2 V's. That is not too shabby. I'll tell you what, let me toothpick it and see if I can get a date off this one, but isn't that awesome? Well, I'm not sure if you can make it out or not. It's got that tough coating on it again, but it's a 1905, and it looks to be pretty good condition underneath that coating, so hopefully it'll turn out nice after I get to cleaning it, but that's awesome. Just awesome. Nice 12 signal, 5 inches down. Well, I'll tell you, it's definitely hot. I think we're slated for 90 plus this weekend, and even though I got out here in the morning, it's still warming up, but the finds are great, so it's keeping me going, that's for sure. Getting a 24 to 27, kind of hoping for a silver dime, but I think I got something better. Check it out, what I just threw up on my drop cloth, and it looks like I have a nice old silver ring. Very cool. This ground is so hard. There we go. Check that out. Now that one, I'd have to say is definitely silver, especially based on the signal that I got, and look at it cleaning up. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's going to be a beauty. Very nice. Ah, so cool. Definitely like that. Well, I'm still working this yard here, and as you can see, I ended up losing the race. But once the grass grows and it's stable and the temperatures get cool, I have a lot of area to hunt. But in the meantime, and I tell you one thing, if this is any indicator of how that's going to turn out, I am psyched because I got something amazing in the hole. I got a 32, solid 32. I'm thinking, please, 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 has a sweet high tone. I'm thinking, please be a half. So I go wide on the plug, and I pop the plug, and look what I saw. Look at that. Silver $50, just sitting there. As proud as can be. Oh, Lord. Oh, look at there. It's a walker. It's a walker. Walking Liberty $50. Whew. I'd say I pinpointed that one pretty good. Smack dab in the middle of the hole. But I went wide because I didn't want to take a chance on this one. Holy cow. I'll tell you what. One heck of a good day. Heck of a good day. I'll tell you what, when I woke up this morning, I didn't think I'd be spraying down a Standing Liberty quarter and a Walking Liberty $50. But that's the beauty of this hobby. You just never know what's going to happen next. Looks like I have a 1943. Oh, is that not beautiful?
And we have to see the other beautiful side of this coin too. Again, I tell you what, I'm so blessed to have found two of the most beautiful coins ever minted by the United States. Let me give this a little pants wipe here. Wow. It looks like it's going to be Philadelphia mint, but tell me if that is not beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I could sit here and stare at this all day, and I might just do that. Ooh, what a beautiful coin. Well, this thing was giving me a really big 13 signal, and I figured it's going to be iron, and that's what it was. Unfortunately, it came out in two pieces, but that's the way it goes sometimes. But I got a big iron spoon. Yeah, serving spoon. So very cool piece, definitely very old as well. I'll tell you what, heck of a yard here. I'll tell you what, I got another nice nickel. Super solid 12 signal, about 4 inches down. And I just fished around in the dirt after I cut the plug, and check it out. Another buffalo. This one's a little more recognizable than the last one, but I'll tell you what, 4 awesome nickels out of this place. I'll get it cleaned up later, and we'll see if we can get a date off this one, but very, very happy with this one. Well, I tell you what, this little front yard is full of sweet coins. It's getting a 26 here. I'm just running out of grassy area to hunt. And I got a 26 right here, and I'm thinking, hey, that might be a silver dime. About 4 inches down, had to break it out of a clod when it showed up on my drop cloth, and look, silver dime sitting right there. Let's see what we got. I haven't touched it yet. Oh, I think I got a mark. Yeah, that'll work. Wow. Very nice. Give it a spray. A wipe. 1942. I think I really would have tripped out if I found another 44. But 42, I'll have to check it later to see if it's a 42 or a 41. I have seen those dug before. This one's going to be a Denver mint mark too. Excellent.
Well, what an awesome permission that turned out to be, and I came away with a handful of beautiful and amazing old coins. And I also found a slew of other great finds as well. And here's another look at everything put together that I found in this episode. You know, I've always felt that those old brass water nozzles just never get the credit that they deserve. So I have a surprise batch of historical photos that I just have to share with you. Now, I think you're really going to love these, and they're coming up in just a few seconds. And remember, it's history that makes a find a treasure. And I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.